How are you guys doing? It is Friday, October 23rd, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through yesterday's Elite performances from Thursday, October 22nd. And of course, I'm going to let you know what to look forward to today. Of course, there's game three of the World Series to look forward to, but of course, I'll get into that in a bit. So just to start with yesterday's games, looking at the NFL yesterday, for the first game of Week 7, the Philadelphia Eagles were able to beat their division rivals, the New York Giants, 22-21, in order to get their second win of the season. For the New York Giants, their quarterback Daniel Jones would throw for 187 yards. He threw for 2 touchdowns and a pick, and on the ground he also had 92 yards. That would, of course, give him, what would that be, 279 total yards of offense on the day. Pretty big game for him. He also had a really long run. He had an 80-yard run, and I think he tripped at the very end. Very impressive. But he couldn't finish the job. But of course, an amazing run from him to give him. He played a pretty good game for the New York Giants. Through the air, Sterling Shepard was their leading receiver with 59 yards and 6 receptions. He had a touchdown as well. Golden Tate had 1 reception for 39 yards and a touchdown too for the Giants. On the defensive side of the ball, Blake Martinez would lead the team in tackles. Jabril Peppers would finish with 6 tackles and a sack on the day. And then Dexter Lawrence, their rookie, would have only 1 tackle, but that only tackle was a sack on the day. Additionally, James Bradbury did have an interception for the Giants. Looking out to the Philadelphia Eagles, their quarterback Carson Wentz would throw for 359 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. He also had 14 yards on the ground and a touchdown. That's 373 total yards of offense with 3 touchdowns. And through the air, Richard Rodgers was the leading receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. He had 85 yards and 6 receptions. And then on the defense side of the ball, Nathan Jerry would be the leading tackle. He had 8 tackles on the day. He also had a sack. Fletcher Cox had 2 tackles for loss as well. And then Jalen Mills would have the only interception of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then with this win, the Philadelphia Eagles are now 2-4-1 as the Giants now officially drop down to 1-6. And of course, this game was won on the very last second, by the way, off of a Boston Scott 18-yard touchdown pass from Carson Wentz. They weren't able to convert the 2-point conversion, but it was a pretty big win for them as, they were down 14-10 they were down 21-10 with 6 minutes left in the fourth, and the Eagles were completely able to turn around. Big win for them, and like I said, it's their second win of the season. And then looking forward to tomorrow's games, first starting off with soccer, because yesterday there was Europa League, and just looking at the big games that happened from that, just to go down the list. And just to fill you in, the Europa League tournament is the tournament that's one league. It's the tournament right under the Champions League. Most of the teams from their specific leagues, they don't qualify for Champions League. They qualify for Europa League, and usually the winner of the Europa League plays the winner of the Champions League at the end of every year. So that's how big this tournament is. And looking out to how these teams fared, Arsenal was able to beat Rapid Vienna. David Luiz and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang were able to score 2 goals after they were down 1-0 going into the 70th minute. That's a big win for Arsenal especially. Continuing on, Leicester City was able to beat Zorya Luhansk, as Leicester City started to become one of the better teams in Britain. AC Milan was able to beat Celtic from Scotland, or from Ireland, I mean. Krunic, Diaz, and Howell were able to get the big wins for AC Milan, as I think they are the favorites in the Europa League. Along with Tottenham Hotspur, they were able to score 3-0. Son Heung-min scoring the third and final goal in the 84th minute to put them above and beyond. But that was what was happening yesterday, and looking forward to today's matchups. Not any really big ones, but of course we're slowly starting to get right back into a lot of league matchups, especially Saturday, because they're all resuming from Champions League. And then continuing on, looking out to today's World Series matchup. Today will be Game 3 of the World Series between the top seed in the American League and the National League, the Dodgers and the Rays. The last game, the Rays were able to get the best of the Dodgers, and this series is currently tied at 1. Walker Buehler is going to make the start for the Los Angeles Dodgers after his last start, helping them beat the Braves, and Charlie Morton's going to get the start for the Tampa Bay Rays, just to try to see who can get their second win of the season, just to see if they can get an advantage. And then, of course, the game's going to be today, tomorrow and Sunday before the break on Monday. So theoretically, the series could end on Sunday. But of course, with that said, it is Friday, October 23rd, 2020 out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims and not much else going on, but I appreciate you for listening to all 5 minutes of my piece. I wish everybody well and peace out.